much, team. Moving on, the federal government has issued a warning to popular Abuja-based car dealer Alamin Sarkin-Mota over his recurring jabs at Nigerian civil servants, particularly in advert videos showcasing luxury vehicles that many public workers can't afford. Now, in a letter signed by the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Lanre Issa-Onilu, the agency expressed concern over a recent promotional video in which Sarkin-Mota flaunted a 2023 Mercedes-Benz C300 with AI features while taunting civil servants for being unable to purchase such cars. Take a look.
2023 Mercedes-Benz C300. And my brother.
Well, in the video, essentially, in the video that did not play, he basically asked this AI feature in the Mercedes-Benz. He said, "Can civil servants afford you?" To which the car replied, "No, they cannot, maybe in 2026. Well, a part of the statement that the National Orientation Agency put out said, "At a time when Nigerians are facing intense social and economic pressure, and in a society where get-rich-quick attitudes are already being glorified over the dignity of labor, it is dangerous to speak about civil servants in such condescending terms." Now, team, I hate to say it, but the sentiment and the public perception of civil service, it is the antithesis of luxury. It is the opposite of luxury and a life well lived. My mother served as a public servant for 30 years, and it's a shame that this is the public perception of mockery that a lot of young people have towards the profession.
Yeah, because when you think about the civil servants, you think about their salary, and that's it. And the average civil servant really can't afford any kind of luxury. We're talking about a minimum wage of 70,000 naira for federal civil servants. What about the state civil servants? You know, and that means the minimum wage can't even buy one full bag of rice. Not to talk. Look, once you talk about civil servants, you're thinking of very small salaries, so luxury cars and all that. They do not come side by side.
But I think what he's doing is totally wrong. Why? What are you trying to teach, or what are you trying to prove? He's an influencer who has a lot of persons following him, and his traction could just influence certain people to start doing the wrong things so they can belong and be able to acquire these kinds of luxury. So they are not taunted and they are not classed as those who do not belong to his, perhaps those who can be his clientele at the end of the day. Is totally wrong. And I like the fact that we are seeing the orientation agency coming down hard on him. I hope they call him to question and perhaps begin to look at how they can minimize these kinds of content on social media. That is the essence of that law that government intended to pass at a time that generated a lot of reactions. These kinds of people need to face the law.
And I tell you something, Olamide, I've seen a lot of his videos on TikTok. He's trying to sell his cars in any way he can, but I think that it is very wrong. And I'm saying, he knows his clients. I don't want to say who his clients are, but he knows who buys cars for him. So I feel like that's why he comes out and says these things. But I don't think it's the best. I think that it's a way of putting pressure on a lot of young people. Because, Olamide, if you read the comments under his TikTok, because I see him a lot on TikTok, you know, you see the comments like people, God when, oh God this, God that. And I'm like, the guy is just trying to sell his cars and he's using every means. He doesn't care what he's doing in society. He just wants to sell his cars. And he has his target audience.
Yeah.
Yes, that's an aspect of consumerism that we've seen. If we ever taken a course, advertising principle and practice, there is a way you communicate your language. There's a way you sell, you market, products to people, not by, using superlatives. That's why even you can't find on TV or anywhere on radio, you seeing a company or a product saying that is the best or is number one. It's against the practice. But that is it. Social media, everyone goes there and put a lot of nonsense there. That's why we need to regulate the social media as much as we can.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Olamide, for those interesting stories. We have to wrap up the conversation here now. But we must let you know that the views and reaction of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Up next is Your View with the Ladies. And afterwards is This Morning with Yori Folari. Do stay safe. Bye.